Hey, 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 what's going on, good people? What is going on? I am Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator. Hey, guys, welcome to another episode of Mindset Talks. You're in for a treat today. You are in for a treat. We have the beautiful Miss Barbara Sanders and her wonderful son, Mr. John Tamrod, aka JT Sanders. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. What's going on, Miss Barbara and JT? What's going on?
Oh, just so glad to be on with you all today, and excited because of we found a program that got some results.
Oh, I love it. Results. Listen, results. I love it. I love it. People say, Rochelle, you do this? I'm like, I ain't on that. I'm on these results, though. That's what I'm on. I'm on these results. Okay, so we you know what? Y'all know how I do. I don't have a script. We just gonna have a conversation, right? So
let's do it.
Look, okay, how did we come to know each other, Miss Barbara? How about let's start there? How did you come to know Rochelle T. Parks?
You want as I tell my son, you want the girl version or you want the guy version?
I want the girl version. The people want the girl version. Come on.
I have been trying to work out and trying to be healthy, trying to lose weight for years, and I've done some crazy things like joining boot camps. Getting up early in the morning, working out at 5:30 in the dark, jumping down on the ground, doing exercise, all that kind of stuff. Doing several weeks of that, and doing other things, joining gyms. And actually about 3 years ago, I was asking my nephew, who had lost like 40-something pounds by working out at the gym, who was his trainer, and because I wanted to give JT a Christmas gift so that he could lose some weight because he needed it, and he was health challenged, had some meds and stuff, and had a heart attack some years ago. So in the research, he gave me two names of two different trainers, and they worked in two different places. And so I went to each of them to try it out to see which one I was going to choose for him. And I couldn't decide. I liked both of them, so I joined both of them. So at 8 o'clock, JT and I would go and work out at this one gym and with this trainer. And then at 9 o'clock, we'd go to the second trainer who did basically high impact exercises for an hour. And both of them were kind of fun. And so we had some results. And then what happened before the year was over, one of the trainers moved to a different city, which is a little farther away from me. And then the other one stopped having morning classes, which was ideal for me. Right. So I went to zero as far as just walking. And whatever, I think I lost maybe 7-8 pounds. And I quickly gained those back. And so the beginning of last year, I said, I have a son who's a trainer in Houston. So, I can get on the phone and he can train me. And so 3 days a week, we would do that. And so I did that through probably till July, August. And my birthday came up when I turned 69. And I've always had this goal that I want to be the most fit 70-year-old in the world. So after I had made this, I put my dream board together. And on my dream board, I wanted to lose 50 pounds this year, a pound a week. And so come August, I had lost, after 6 weeks, I lost 3 pounds. And I'm like,
oh, man.
Not on track. So on one of my workout days, I told Keaton, you know what? I am working out with you 3 days a week, but I'm not losing any weight. And he said, losing weight? You need a nutrition coach. I was like, a nutrition coach? Where do I find a nutrition coach? And he goes, I don't know. I said, do you know anybody? He said, no. So I started in my mind thinking, okay, I got to do some research to find a nutrition coach. And then I think of Tanisha James and Rod James because I had seen and heard that they were losing weight on whatever program they were on. So I called Rod asked him, and really, I called Rod first. I said, I want the real deal. And
you knew Rob was going to give it to you straight.
he's going to give it to me straight. He's going to give me the simple, short answer.
Yeah.
And, he gave me the guy version. And he said, but you need to call Tanisha because I just eat what she tells me to eat. So I called Tanisha in true form. She said, hey, this is really great. I really love it. And but you need to have your own consultation with Ro. It'd be real easy. I can get your own. And so we set up the consultation, and I was looking, I was ready, and I already knew that I was going to do it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to jump into something with, because it was a true commitment.
Yeah.
And it was a commitment financially, but it was true commitment, just integrity, keeping your word and doing.
Yes.
And I did want some results.
Yes, yes.
That's how we got together.
That's how we got together. And that was in
that was August.
September?
That was the middle of August.
Middle of August. Wow.
Because you told me that I needed to get the devices because I didn't have a glucose monitor or a blood pressure monitor.
Mm.
Now,
okay. I'm gonna come to you, JT, but hold on, Miss Barbara. Now you telling me dealing with high blood pressure and you didn't have a blood pressure cuff?
Oh no, I just would go to Sam's. I stopped by Sam's when I was there, or wherever they had a monitor deal. I guess we had one between JT and me, but I wasn't serious about it.
So as my husband says, y'all were just flying blind, just have no idea what your blood pressure was.
When you're taking medicines, why do you need to know your
Wow. Yeah, you know what? And that's a lot of people's mentality. Yeah. Okay, JT. So how long before your mom said, man, look, son, you might want to look at this, how long?
Really, it was the first week when I saw her lose, I think it was like 8-9 pounds the first week.
Wait a minute. Don't glaze over that. You say in 7 days.
7 days is about 8 pounds, 8 or 9 pounds, I think.
That made you raise an eyebrow, huh?
It did. But the first thing I thought was, well, one, I'd always been thinking I was this close to being able to lose weight. I just felt like I was missing something. Mm-hmm. I could feel when I did working out, I could see that my body wanted to get better and improve, but I was just headed in the wrong direction. So I just felt like if I could get the right system, the right tools, that my body would work with me. And it seemed as if compared to what I known she had done in the past, that this one was a little different from the things that we had done. It was different.
Absolutely. It was different. Different for sure. First of all, I tell people, and you all can attest to this, every time I have a consultation, when people say, Rochelle, what is this program about? The first thing I say, it's about extreme, what's the word? Extreme accountability. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would, definitely.
I'd be like, JT, what my numbers? What my numbers at, JT? No, it is. It's about extreme accountability. And what makes this different is people have really used that term very loosely. When people say accountability, you say, oh, yeah, okay, I can do that. But every time they're like, no, this is accountability for real. I'm like, well, what was it before? I mean, when people say accountability, they don't mean, that's why words are very important, right? So I have this phrase, I say these words, like I listen to the words that people say, right? And I think most times people don't even know what they say. They're just speaking, but they're not listening to the words that they say. And so I'm listening, even when they're type, they type, I'm like, I don't know if they really meant that, but I'm gonna ask anyway, and they're like, no, that's not what I meant, but that's what you typed, and so words are very important. So accountability, and here's the deal in this program, it's you being accountable to me. It's not me being accountable to you, right? And so that's what a person needs to realize too. Like a person send a number and they're like, bro, You know, now most times I like it or say something, got whatever, but sometimes I don't, right? And hey, did you? I got it. You know, you just have to be responsible to send it. You know, don't worry about if I'm, because if you wait for me, then I'm being accountable to you. No, you're accountable to me. You send the information. I'm looking at it. I promise you, I'm looking at it. Because if I have a question, I asked about it, don't I?
Oh, yes.
Don't I? If I have a question, I ask. If it's, yeah, I mean, it's good. But no, this is good. So JT, what type of well, let the people know, because people want to know anyway. What type of results have you had? How far are we into this program? Because you all did the 180 day. How far are you into it?
We have 5 more weeks left.
5 more weeks. So they've done a little over.
Well, I started 2 weeks after her, so I have about 7.
Okay. A little less than 2 months. Yep. So what type of results have you had on JT? Because you were kind of going, you were dropping it pretty fast.
He was.
Yeah, I've lost 40 pounds. I lost 30 pounds in the first 30 days.
Yeah. I remember. It was like a pound a day. It was probably, I think he was 30 for 32 or something like that, or 30 for 30. I was like, okay, it's just peeling off. What does that look like in your clothes? 30 pounds.
I had just bought a new wardrobe, like
right before you started.
Right before I started. So it's dramatically different. My belts are taking a beating.
Yeah, you got to go shopping again. That's one of the things my husband and I, we joke about. We say, okay, if there is a downfall, like there, you know, you say pros and cons. The cons to the program is that you're gonna have to buy a new wardrobe. But if you don't want to do that, this may not be the program for you. Although we tell people weight loss is not our focus. It never is. People come to us for diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, just want to lose weight. You know, they got inflammation, autoimmune disease. You know, they come to us for, you know, all types of things, but we don't focus on weight loss. We don't. You know, you all know we said we focus on controlling the blood sugar, right? Because when you control your blood sugar, you control your life. And I know that's different. That's a different approach. What did you think about that in the beginning, Ms. Barbara? Honestly, what did you think about that? Like getting a glucose meter and checking your blood sugar? Because what was your thought about that?
Well, my thought is I knew it was going to be different because it had to be different if it's going to give me different results.
Right.
And, I was at that point. I want to win. I want results. I want to lose weight. If this is what it takes, I'll do it. And it was interesting when you asked me what did I want from the program, and I said I want to lose 30 pounds. And you said, well, that's not my focus. And I'm thinking, well, it's my focus. It's like, well, we can help you. Are you on meds? And I tell you, yeah, you know. And I guess I've done it now for several years, and it was a low dosage. And I kept saying, my doctor said if I lose weight, I can come off the meds. So I'm thinking when I lose the weight, I'll come off the meds. And you explained to me that, you know, it's a vicious circle, that she keeps giving me the meds, but not any information to lose the weight. So he's going to have to, you know, I'm going to have to take possession of my own future. And
absolutely. And are you off the meds?
Yes, ma'am. 10 days into the program, I was off the meds because my blood pressure dropped.
Oh, that's just a testament to the phrase. I said, when you give your body what it needs to thrive, it will. And so every time, because this has happened time and time again, and you all know, for those that have been watching, you know, the interviews with different people on Mindset Talks. And so it just amazes me that it's amazing, yet I don't know why I'm surprised, because this whole program is based on biblical principles, right? And God told us from the very beginning what to eat, you know, and he's the perfect example. You know, he told us what to eat in the first book, you know, the Bible. And then later on, he said, you know, Leviticus, he said, well, you can eat this, but don't eat that. You know, it has nothing to do with salvation, has everything to do with your health of your body. you know. And so I'm not surprised that a person that eats God's food can get healthier. You know, like these things that these medications that we're on, you're not going to get on those medications if you're following those 3 principles: eating the food God gave us, eating them as close to their original state as possible, and not allowing any food to be your God. You know, that's it. So people say, Rochelle, will I ever have a cookie again or fruit again? Because some people not eating fruit on the program. I said, sure. You know, we're just trying to recondition the body. That's it. To be able to operate at peak proficiency, optimal, you know, proficiency. I mean, the way God intended. That's all we're doing for a period of time. We got to kind of trying to autocorrect. I mean, you know what I mean? Like reset the azimuth, because we're over here. We need to bring it back here, you know. And when you're here most of the time, like a 90-day period, those times that you kind of do, you're okay. It's gonna, you know. But if most people over here the whole time, you've been over here for 30 years.
Yeah.
40 years you've been over here. That's why you're on medication. I mean, not you, I'm saying anybody, you know. So we're just trying to recondition. So 10 days in, no medication. Was that a shocker to you that could happen that fast?
It was, and I was a little apprehensive because, you know, you did say you're not a doctor, and you told me not to take the meds, and you explained to me to look at the blood pressure. If the blood pressure is at a certain level, you don't need the meds, because the meds end up taking it lower, which makes you sick, which makes so much sense. But, you know, since I never had a blood pressure monitor, I hadn't been watching it, this was all new to me. So, you know, and then when you told me what the criteria was, and probably the same day you told me, I was so close to it that you just gave me a voicemail, don't take the meds today. And the next day it just went, it was up just a little bit, but it was still in a normal range.
Right. I remember that day. And I said, don't do it. I said, don't do it, Miss Barbara. Don't do it. We too close. Don't do it. I remember that day. I remember because, you know, as I said, well, I always say, I tell everybody, I'm not a doctor. I don't play it on TV. Right. But if it were me, this is what I would do. And I always want to know what the body can do. You know, let's see what the body can do, you know. And a lot of times people are they never see what the body can. Now, the body needs medication. When my husband was in the hospital, guess what? He needed medication. You know, he needed it. Like he needed air. Okay. He needed medication. But once we got home and we changed his diet, you know what I mean, and started implementing this same program, his numbers started dropping and got low enough. And he said, okay, I'm not taking it. You know, that was a decision he made. I tell everybody, that's a decision you have to make. But let's look at it for what it is. If your body, you know, I was talking to a client the other day, and she was telling me that the doctor wanted her to take, and it was blood pressure medication. It was diabetes medication too. I said, well, what is the purpose of the medication? She said, well, to have my numbers be in the normal range. I said, well, are they normal? She said, yeah. I said, then why do you need the medication? Why do you need the medication? She was like, oh, you got a point. You know, you got a point. I said, let's look. You can figure this out for yourself. Like, what is the purpose of it? If the purpose is to get you here and you are here, then why do you need it? You know, she said that's a great point. Okay. All right, JT, your turn. Let's talk about your journey. Let's talk about it. I remember I think I was out of town. I want to say like 7 days into the program. I don't know what. Tell me when was it over for you? Like the medication, because I remember where I was when I talked to you.
It was about 7 days in. About 7 days, 7 to 10 days.
Yeah, it was, because I was in Texas. I was on a trip in Texas when I talked to you, and I remember when I got off the phone. You know, my friend said, "Did you say he just got off medication in a week?" I said, "Yeah, today is day 7. Yeah, he's done." He was like, "Really?" And they were like, "Man, I'm about to call my daddy right now because he needs to be talking to you. I'm about to call him right now." I remember I was in Texas. I went on a trip and I was in Texas when I talked to you the last day you took the medication. What did that? How long had you been on medication, JT?
Since about 2009, I want to say.
Okay. Woo, okay.
2010.
Okay. So over 10 years. And I heard Miss Barbara say you had a heart attack.
Yeah, I had a heart attack in 2009, and in 2009, I don't know if my blood pressure wasn't it. It was an automatic thing. My blood pressure wasn't an issue at that point.
No, it wasn't.
It was, they put me on it, and so I took it. So from 2009 till 2020. Yeah. Now I did celebrate with I did celebrate coming off the medication a little bit, but that's due to having an unhealthy relationship with food. So
yeah,
that has been part of the journey, is correcting that relationship.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Let's okay. He said so on the program you're eating a certain type of way to get off the medication. You get off the medication and you celebrate by eating the food that got you on the medication. Oh man, you know what?
Shout out to Five Guys.
Yeah, that is yeah. And you're not alone in that though, JT. You're not alone. So I would venture to say most people do it. You know, they go on a so-called diet, you know, to lose weight, and they lose the weight and they celebrate by going to eat cake. Cake and ice cream. It's like, really? But you know what? You talk about establishing, like reestablishing, right, or having the right relationship with food. We start that at a very young age. Like we give infants like Skittles when they pee in the potty. Not infants, but you know, when they're babies, they pee in the potty. You're giving them candy. So at a very young age, you're teaching them like that's the treat. When you do well, treat yourself with something that really hurts you. You know, so we don't even talk about Skittles. Skittles, we got that's sugar, that's artificial sugar, that's artificial color. It's a bunch of stuff. And you'll see that when you watch my Don't Fall for the Okie Doke videos. But I'm just saying, we all did it. You know, you're giving them, you're not giving them a broccoli stalk when they pee in the potty. You know what I mean? You're not doing that. You're giving them, I just remember Skittles and M&Ms, you know, stuff that you think they would like. I mean, as a matter of fact, this is a fact. A baby can't even, babies can't even process sugar to the age of 3, yet we give them cake at 1. Like, and we're excited about giving them the cake. You know, we take it a picture, we want them to dig in and giving them all this sugar at 1, but they can't even really process it until about 3. You know, so we're setting them up for failure from the very beginning. Like that whole relationship that we talk about, we do that to the kids. You know, we do that. And it's just a never-ending cycle. And so when you know better, you do better, though. I remember my daughter when she turned 2, my youngest daughter when she turned 2, you know, we had a birthday party at the pool, and you know, I had friends from church and different people, and they brought over their you know, age, you know, kids that were around that age, 2 and 3 and 4, whatever. And I said, I'm not giving these kids trash. I said, we're not going to have soda. We're not going to have, you know, you remember those little huggies, those little hugs? You remember those drinks? That's just straight sugar. But you know, that's what we grew up on, right? The little hugs, whatever. Now, my son, who's 24, probably every party he had hugs, okay? But I didn't know any better. But I said, I'm not giving these kids this stuff. So we had water, you know, the little small water bottles. Even I remember the hot dogs. I didn't give them pork. They were like vegan type hot dogs, you know. And my husband was like, "How are we doing this?" I said, "So my husband, look, he boiled them at home and brought the pot to the place. I'm telling you, we had dairy-free brownies. We didn't even have a birthday cake because we got cake. We're gonna have artificial colors." And I said, "No, I'm giving them dairy-free brownies, you know." And guess what? They killed it, Miss Bar. They didn't know the difference. They said, "Oh, these hot dogs are different, but they're good." You know, hot dogs. I mean, I gave them bread, you know, the little bun or whatever. But the dairy-free brownies, they had water. I mean, I just refused. I said, I don't want to be an accomplice. You know, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of destroying their gut. You know, and just be. We have all fallen, you know, for the okie doke, and we have to stop it. That's what all of this is about. We really have to have a paradigm shift in our thinking
That's true.
You know, we do, and we let them have it. They're just kids. You know what? You know what? I know most overweight adults were probably skinny kids.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm like, I don't know. When do you think you think they're gonna get a certain age and the light switch is gonna flip and they're gonna be like, oh, now I must eat broccoli? No, they were never exposed to it. You know, so anyway,
comes.
Say again.
That switch never comes.
It never comes. That's my point. So we as parents, that's our duty. But it must. You still looking for that switch? It starts with us. So look, I have parents, especially the moms. They say, "Bro, I need you to talk to my kids." I said, "Oh, talk. I need them to eat more vegetables. I need them to drink more water. I need them to." I said, "Well, do you eat vegetables? Do you drink water?" I mean, well, no. I said, "Well, no. Then we need to talk. I need to talk to you, right? Because you are the biggest influence on the kids, not me. They don't know me." You know, I said, so you and I need to talk so that you can influence your child, not me. They want me to come in and do their dirty work, so to speak. You know, but you don't want to change you. Who's the role model? You know, you're the role. Yeah, I mean, they're like, no, but you're the perfect. I said, no. We're all role models, all of us. The question I have is, what role are we modeling, right? Because you see, what role? Because they're watching you, so they're not me. Don't show them my video. They watching a live video every day, looking at you. You know, every day they wake up, they seeing what you going to Five Guys and no. Listen, there's nothing wrong with Five Guys. We just can't have Five Guys all the time.
Large fry. Hold the bun.
Hold the bun. Yeah. No, you just can't do that stuff all the time. I am not sitting here saying you can never have burgers and fries and. You know, I can count on one hand how many times I have soda in a year. I can't say I never ever, but I can count on one hand how many times I have soda in a year. I just don't typically do soda. But I hit up Five Guys ever so often. You know, I get that salted caramel shake. They ain't nothing but the devil right there. That ain't nothing but the devil.
I'm scared to try that. That sounds.
Listen, don't do it, JT. Don't do it. If y'all listening to this, don't do it. But I do. I do that probably once every 2 months, maybe once a quarter. I may get that shake. That's how deadly it is, but it's delicious. But yeah, I don't frequent that place too often. So look, what would you like to tell the people, Miss Barbara? Because there are people that are watching. People watch all the episodes. They love them and they know they need this program, yet they haven't taken the step. What would you tell them, Ms. Barbara?
Well, I guess I would say if you have gone the gamut of things and it didn't work, try this one because it does work. I know the reason I've tried so much is because I was looking for something that worked for me long term. Mm-hmm. I always decided I would never take pills to do it. I wouldn't do it artificially. It would have to be, something that I could really change my life. And this has changed my life because of the information, and not just only my life. I saw it as something that could change the lives of the people that I love. So that's why I've told so many people about it. And there have been some people in my circle who said, no, I won't do it because of the blood sugar, the stick
monitoring. Yeah.
Right. And I thought, well, you know what? I've already gone through a whole bunch of other stuff, and this is nothing compared to, carrying these extra 30 pounds on me. And even when I told you I wanted to lose 30, it was like, I don't think it's going to happen, but that's what I want. And it was like a dare, basically.
Right.
So when I'm 2 pounds out from my my goal on the 30, and I plan to keep going.
Yeah.
Because one, I've lost weight before, and on other programs, but it was like I think they call it a physician's weight loss. You have to go and you go in ketosis and whatever, and you have to pay constantly. And so I stopped, and then
the weight came back. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But now I've been equipped with knowledge. And like one of the things you say, you're in control and I'm in control. I'm in control of what I choose to put in my mouth. And then, like JT talked about, the just a relationship with food, that you realize that you learn something about yourself. And you learn that you don't need as much food as you used to eat. And I mean, now when I overeat, I am so uncomfortable for hours. And I'm making declarations about, oh, I'm not going to eat that much tomorrow. Or, you know, and when I go to the grocery store, I don't buy as much food because, you know, we don't eat as much. So it's just amazing. I say everybody that has been trying to work with their weight or their health challenges need to at least give it a 90-day try. All in.
That's amazing you said that. Just yesterday I was thinking to myself, because I go to the grocery store and I say, ooh, I want to try this, I want to try this, all healthy stuff. Oh, I want to make this, I want to make that, I want to make this. But then, I mean, sometimes honestly, I don't get to it. It may go bad because I'm buying fresh stuff, and because I don't eat that much, I'm like, I'm not hungry. I mean, I'm eating, you know, but I'm like, I don't get to it. I mean, I'm like, man, I wanted to get to that. I had to throw out some butternut squash because I was going through other stuff, and I was like, dang, it went bad. I had to throw it out, you know, and I was like, okay, so I have to show discipline in even buying the healthy stuff. You know, before I'm showing, you know, I'm getting out. Now I have to show discipline in buying the healthy stuff because I don't get to it quick enough because I'm not eating nearly as much, you know. And you said something, that's one of the things my husband and I realized, is that how much we used to overeat. Like where was that food going? Like, I see now, because even me, like, I was still smaller than most and I still worked out, whatever, but until starting the Sugar Ain't Sweet program, I've lost, you know, I'm down like 15, 16 pounds since starting the program. And people like, I didn't even know you had weight to lose. I said, well, I had a little extra, you know, my arms got a little leaner, my thigh, you know, but I wasn't trying to. I didn't change my exercise. I just changed a few things, what I was eating, when I was eating it, you know, and the weight just, you know, because I say, you know, weight cannot attach itself to a healthy body. So people say, Rochelle, I don't want to get too small. I said, well, what is too small? You know, like, people don't even know.
Too small.
Yeah, but people don't even know what health looks like, because we've seen unhealthy for so long that healthy looks unhealthy. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? We've seen unhealthy for so long that healthy now looks unhealthy. Yeah. Oh, don't lose anymore, Rochelle. You small enough. For who? You small enough for who? Because I feel great I feel great. I have no pains in my body. JT, listen, I had to get rid of everything in my closet too. Couldn't fit nothing. My husband too. Look, he's on his third iteration of buying clothes. Third. Because he bought something the first time, and I was like, I don't think, you know. And then he's like, no, I think it bought something. Boom, now that's too big. He did the set, then boom, we're on the third iteration. Wow. Everything is too small, not too small, too big. Everything is too big. You know,
one shirt from 2000 that I'm just holding on to, hoping I can get back to it.
Oh, let's get it. How's it looking? when you put it on?
It's not time yet. It's not time.
It ain't time yet.
We got more work to do.
Okay, all right, JT. What would you tell the people that's out there struggling? Because I'm glad that this is male and female, right? Because you have some, men do this, and you have women, women do it. Well, this is a male and female thing going on. So what would you tell the men? Because there's some men out there who need this program for whatever reason, their pride. You know, because, you know, my husband works with me and some clients, whatever. But I'm really the face of the program. Say, I don't want to be working with a woman, whatever the case. How has that been for you?
You know what? For me, I mean, I was at the point I didn't care. You know, I was tap into my why. I was tapped into what I wanted, and I was tapped in, and it didn't matter what the price was, because I've worked harder. I played semi-pro sports. I played college sports, and all the boot camps and things I've done to try to lose weight. It was a small price to pay for what I wanted on the other end. So I was more focused on what I wanted. I wanted to be there for my daughter. I wanted to be able to move. I have dreams of doing great things in my men's basketball team group.
Okay.
I made lists of guys that I'm going to get when I get down to the right weight. They can go get this business. So I just focused on my why. And that was really it for me. Focused on that.
That's it.
I wanted to live. Like, I want to live. And at the rate I was going to die. That was just the bottom line. I was dying. And if I continued on the way I was going, that was the only logical conclusion.
Yeah.
For me, I just felt like I had a lot to give, and I wasn't being a good steward of what I've been given. And so there's a lot of shame on that end and guilt. But I always felt like every day was another opportunity. And when I got this, I felt like the Lord was giving me something to be able to. JT, you've been saying you wanted a shot, you wanted a chance. Here you go. You can change your life right here. It's not a whole lot. It's really taking information that's been in front of you for a long time, but it's applying it differently. Applying it with wisdom.
Yeah.
Understanding of how your body works, how your psychology of how you think about food, your relationships, and applying that wisdom to your life completely.
That's it.
For me, I mean, if a person don't want to move, it don't hurt enough.
Right.
Like pricking your finger is a problem. How you feel about looking at yourself in the mirror? How you feel? Like, I didn't like it. So compare pricking my finger to looking in the catching a reflection of my body, and it looked like I'm sitting in a fat suit. Like, I don't even recognize that dude. So for me, somebody tell me that, like, it just don't hurt. You know, when it hurt bad enough, you'll do something. You'll prick it.
Do something. Yeah. And we've had people that, started and they didn't finish because they just said they felt like, they were sick. Pricking the finger it made them feel like they were sick. Right. And
to me, it feels like being shot in the fingers, and sometimes it does feel like that. I would not have used those words, but every time I pricked my finger since then, I was like, that's a very good point. But I love the direction that I'm headed, and I can do this. Right? This is simple. It's very simple.
Yeah, you got to pay a price one way or the other, and you have to decide, what price you're willing to pay. And like JT say, compared to not getting any results, and you going jumping up at 4:30 in the morning, getting ready to go to boot camp, and working out for an hour, people yelling at you and stuff, and you don't get no, a modicum of results. It's like, oh no, because JT and I went there too together.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And you come here and lose 7 pounds in 7 days.
Oh my goodness. It's like, oh yes, you need to get on this, JT. And not only him, I have another son that decided he tried to wait a call, and he ended up buying the devices and stuff. He just didn't go for the accountability, but he's lost weight. He's lost weight, and he had surgery on his knee, and he knew he needed something to combat the weight he picked up. And so this is he's been doing it. And then the son that's the trainer, he's been doing it, and he lost weight. And it's like he's learning.
He lost all the personal trainer lost almost 20 pounds. See?
And then his daughter, who's 18, right before the holidays, she lost about 10 pounds. Eating in the window,
See?
Yeah.
The strategy, man. The strategy. Like I said, it's simple.
It's so simple.
It's so simple. I tell you, it's so simple. People miss it.
That's true. It's so simple.
It's so simple, and that's what I love about it. I say I want to do stuff. I've always been this way, though. I say I want to do things that I can do for the rest of my life. You know, I'm not. You've never heard me talk about counting no calories. You know, I'm not weighing no food. I ain't counting no macros, micros. And for those that do it, you know, kudos to you. I'm just telling you, I'm not doing it. I'm not, because I know that's not something I'm gonna stick to. I'm not weighing food.
Right.
You know, I'm not counting calories because, first of all calories are not created equal anyway, you know, because some good, healthy fat calories are good calories, you know. And so I just think that's a part of us focusing on the wrong thing because, you know, I'm not really on the nutrition label. I'm down on the ingredients label anyway. See, I'm not up here. I may look at sodium, you know, that's big. But other than that, I don't care about fat because I know fat doesn't make you fat, right? See, that's another thing. We think fat. Come on, Miss Barbara. Tell them it ain't fat. Fat don't make you fat. So when people say eat something that's fat free, I'm like, where's my fat? I need my fat. Where'd the fat go? Why is it fat free? What'd you do with it? See, because to me, that's a lab experiment. If you're telling me something was made with fat, but you took it away, I don't want that. That ain't real food. If God made something that got fat in it, let me eat it. I want the fat. I want the real stuff. I want real stuff. Don't be modifying my food because then it's a lab experiment. And that's what I'm saying, you know, wrong relationship with food. You know, you have to see, you know, eat the food that God gave you. If he gave it to you and it had fat in it, then doggone it, eat it. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you start talking about fat free, you know, sugar free. Then you're lying because it ain't sugar free. It's just you took away the white sugar, then you put some artificial sugar in it. You see? And then they got diabetics eating sugar free stuff thinking it's I'm just saying. You see how we've all just fallen for the okie doke.
Yeah. That's what I appreciate it so much. The education.
Yeah.
Educating. And because the education empowers you to, like you say, to do it for the rest of your life.
That's right. Yeah. That's it. Listen, I used to do YouTube videos like years ago. They're not out there on my YouTube channel. They're kind of archived. But I had this one that I did, I don't know, probably 5 years ago. And the title of it was, I Don't Want to Be Your Dealer. I don't want to be a dealer, you know, because people would come to me and they'd be like, Ro, give me a meal plan, give me an exercise plan, give me this, give me that. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be in the meal planning business. I want to educate you, right? Because if I educate you, you can create your own meal plan when you learn these basics, right? But you're gonna keep coming back to me because you're gonna get tired of that. And I need another meal plan. I need, you know, you're gonna keep. I'm your dealer. I don't want to be your dealer. I want to educate you, right? You can make your own. You make your own meal plan. So that's a video. So there's a guy at my church. Even now, I think he said it last week. Most times he sees me and he was like Rochelle. I said what he said. I don't want to be your dealer. He said, you saw that video. You saw the title. He was like, now, where's she going with this? You know, I was like, I don't want to be your dealer, you know, in church. And he said, where's she going? But he said that was hilarious to him, but he understood the point. And I'm glad you guys understand that this is all about education. You know, once you have the information, the right information, then you're empowered, right? Yeah. Then you're free. Like you're free from bondage. Nothing can hold you back, you know? And even if you choose to eat the burger, JT, it's because I tell people because you stepped down off the wagon, you didn't fall off, you know? And it's okay. I stepped down off of it sometime too. You know? It's willingly though. None of this, I couldn't help myself. No. I'm in total control.
Right.
Yeah.
I control the scale. If I want to lose, I know exactly what to do to lose.
That's right.
You know, and guess what? I know what to do to gain too.
Yeah.
I know what to do.
Yeah. I think what you said about the strategy is important, particularly if you think about it. Not just in this, is that people use this as a way to generate income. They give you a product versus a strategy. What people need is not another product, not another workout, not another meal plan. They need a strategy on how to accomplish their goals.
That's it.
And so that's different. That's different.
You're right. And we say that. We said what we tell you, like the stuff we do is not new. This is not new stuff, but it's the application of it. It's the strategy. It's how it's applied. That's different. But it's nothing new. Eating God's food, not new. I mean, anybody say, what's eating clean? Eating, protein, fruits, I mean, this is not new information.
Right.
It's not new information, but it's something about this program that is unique. And I think it's the information, the strategy, and the accountability all together. Because I've done the information, the information on the clean eating for a minute, but what it didn't, I knew that eating a cookie wasn't going to help me get to my goal.
Right.
Realizing that when my blood sugar goes up when I eat the cookie, what that does in my body, that's different.
Yeah.
So when I choose to eat a tea cake and, I know that what's going to happen, then I know I need to make some changes. I need to re-strategize, drinking more water, work, for me, drinking more water, get on the treadmill and get my blood sugar down. And knowing that it's the blood sugar, not the tea cake. I've been knowing both of them. So I already knew that the tea cake had sugar in it, but I didn't realize what taking it in my body, what it would do for my blood sugar and what blood sugar does for my weight, I guess.
And that's something. And that's something. E.T., Dr. Eric Thomas, he says, information changes situations, right?
Yeah.
Information changes situations. So that's all, and this is information, we say it's not something we've read about, or it's not, conjecture. This is something we have experienced, firsthand with my husband. And it was when he came home from the hospital, we applied a strategy and it worked. And it worked so well. It's the same results you all had. He had them, we was like, this is incredible. And I was already doing mindset talks, but my interviews were, my clients I was helping in health coaching, and I've interviewed E.T. and, Quincy Harris and Tiffany Montgomery, different people, and some of my clients. And then I remember, I never forget, I was sitting at my desk in my office and he came and he was like, Ro, I want to be your next guest on mindset talks. I was like, what? Because my husband he's not the social media guy, but he was so convicted, or just, he just knew he had to share. He couldn't keep this to himself.
Right.
He just thought about how many people we could help, if we could get people to apply the same strategy, and I agreed. And I said, absolutely, let's do it. And we brought in Dr. Didi, and because we want to have, because we're not doctors, we want to have, medical professional, to kind of add her twist to it. Not twist, but the medical background to it.
Right.
And just to give it some credibility, like this ain't no, Cracker Jack box, theory. This is real, which his doctor that worked with him in the hospital had been tracking him the whole way, and he knew it was real. But of course, hopefully one day he'll be on the podcast too. And he said he would. He's going to be on the. I just spoke it. This is going to be a podcast, Ms. Barbara. Did you hear me say podcast?
Say that.
Yeah, I just spoke it. It's coming. It's coming, JT. You see how God, he put it. You see, it just came out. It's going to be a podcast, Mindset Talks. But he has agreed to be on. So we're going to work that one day, because he too saw how incredible this was. And he's a great doctor. And I would just say he didn't believe, that this would happen though. But when it did happen, he was amazed as well. And as Dr. Didi said, this is possible for anybody, as you all know, because it happened with you. So anybody can do it, but everybody won't do it. Right. Anybody can do it. So what my Dr. Didi said, listen, Pops, what happened to you? You're probably like 5% of the world. Like, everybody's not going to do what you did. You know what I mean? But everybody has the ability to do it.
Yeah.
And so as much as sometimes we get upset with doctors, we can't. I see both sides. I'm like, they are trying to save your life. They're not banking on you being the 5%. They're like, no, you probably the 95% that's not going to do right. So we need to put you on this medication. That's the reality. So I see both sides, and I appreciate because God made doctors too, and it's a role for them. And if it were not for doctors, I would be, a widow right now.
Right. Well, I told my doctor when I went for my checkup, and she was trying to figure out what happened. How did you lose it? And I told her about your program. I said, you need to call her. And I gave her your information. I texted to her. I said, you need to get your other patients on there too. So, but like you say, everybody not going to do it.
Everybody not going to do it. Everybody not going to do it.
But I love the freedom. I love the freedom. And one of the things that I have heard others say that they didn't, wanted more variety in food and stuff. And I'm thinking, wow, we got all the variety we can creatively can bring to the table. So I've been creating stuff that, soups, cabbage.
Oh, I see it. I be showing my pops. Look at this. Look what Miss Barbara made. That look good, don't it? I be showing.
But I love about this, I don't have to eat food I don't like.
Yeah.
I mean, other food plans have stuff that you don't like, but I can eat stuff I like and fix it the way that works for me, and it's good and healthy, and I can do it. So I don't understand why a person would choose to, as JT saying, you stay in your fat suit when you can shed it.
Here's the deal: when people say, because I'm big on these words, when they say, I just need a little bit more variety. It's not variety they're looking for. It really isn't, because that same person was going to Chick-fil-A every day. You know what I mean? Like 5-6 days a week. They weren't looking for variety. You see what I'm saying? Nobody was looking for variety then. But now I'm trying to get you to eat God's food. Now you want variety. No, it's not. You just want what you want, not variety. You want to be able to eat what you want every time. You see? But eating what you want got you where you are.
Where you are. Yeah, that's
you
right.
See? So I'm like, you didn't, most of our clients were over 40. So I'm like, you didn't been this way for 35, whatever years. And I'm asking you to do this for 90 days. Mm-hmm. You didn't had a whole lot of variety, like, come on, 90 days. This is a small price to pay. Isn't it, JT? This is nothing.
It is.
This is not. How old is your daughter, JT?
She is 12. She turns 13 this year.
Praise God. So what has she said? Has she seen you? I mean, is she?
She has. She has lost weight, like, from the summer to now. She's probably lost 20-30 pounds.
Really?
On her own.
Come through.
Just changing her eating habits.
So that was inspired by you, JT, or she was already on her own thing?
We were having conversations. We just had conversations, and at some point, she just made it. It really was the beginning of the school year. She made a decision. She just made a decision.
I love it. I love it. That's it. I love it. I love it, man. It's nothing like it. I tell you. What'd you say, Miss Barbara?
I said, me too.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, because me, who I am, like, I've been this way for years. This is all my kids have known, right? Like, for a very long time. My son probably remember, because he's the oldest at 24, but my 17-year-old and my 11-year-old, they just know Rochelle, mommy, exercise all the time. I help people. But my husband, like the weight he is now, neither one of my kids have ever seen him this small. Wow. And my oldest is 24. And so when he lost that weight, I mean, every day they would just be staring at him. Like, who is this guy? I mean, my son would look at him, and he's relocated to Atlanta now. He moved there in August. But so for those, I guess from May until then, that 4-month span or whatever, he would just look at my husband, and he would just chuckle. He just started laughing. I was like, "Why are you laughing at me, man?" He was just like, he just tickled, because it was just he's different. He's different looking, And I mean, they weren't used to it, and I'm like, well, that's the man I married. This is what I married. This Howard days right here. This is what I married right here. But I didn't realize that they had never seen him that small. To me, he just went back to what he was. He's actually probably a little smaller than what he was. Mm. But I've been with, you're talking 91, 90, 91. Well, my son wasn't born until 96. And then, I mean, you know, so they didn't know. Yeah. So it's just, I mean, church members, you know, because we go to church. I remember my husband is a deacon at the church, and, you know, they were doing the offering, and we found this out afterwards. But my pastor asked someone else, like, who was the man, who was the young man down there collecting the offering? Like, my pastor name we found it out after. Oh, but yeah, people have walked right by him, didn't even know who he was. People have walked by him and told me, "Hey, tell Mike I said hello." I'm like, you can tell him yourself. He's right there. He's right there. You know, so it's just been an amazing ride, and we're glad to share this with everyone, and just see all the amazing. It's the gift that keeps on giving, right? And so Ms. Barbara leading the pack with we always talk about growing our family tree. Ms. Barbara then shared, you know, we had, you know, Eric and Cynthia last week, and they are hilarious. Oh man, I was laughing so hard. You know, and Eric and Cynthia are sharing, and Miss Mary, of course, out of Houston. I talked to her, you know, a couple of days ago, and she's doing well. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's just a gift that keeps on giving. It really is. So,
I thank you and Pops for taking that near-death experience and allowing the Lord to use you to create this environment. It you know, so many could take it and just tuck it under and just say, you know, we dodged the bullet. But you took it, and it is a calling on your life now to make a difference in the lives of other people. And when I saw Rod's results, some of the things he's been doing, the transformation, I thought, wow, this is what JT needs. And when I started seeing, when he told me he hit that 40, I was a little jealous, but I was so glad, you know, so thankful. Because I could see, you know, he wanted to lose the weight. We just didn't have the right information, just didn't have the right combination.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Praise God. And as a mom, I mean, I can only imagine, you know.
Happy mom.
Yeah. To see, because I know you're a grown man, JT, but you're always gonna be a baby, okay? And that's my baby, my firstborn, okay, special. So I said all the time.
Can I get that in writing?
It's recorded.
Oh man, listen, I appreciate you guys for coming on, and you know, just I know it's going to bless so many people, you know, just to hear the different perspectives, you know, to hear the simplicity of the program, you know, and just to know it works. It's effective. It does work. You know, you just got to, you know, be coachable, you know, and I guess, you know, humble. What'd you say?
Honest.
Okay. Transparency is key. You know, I can't help you if I don't have all the information, you know. And people, it's funny. People, you got to ask the questions, though. You got to ask. If you don't ask, and sometimes it's like lying by omission. They like, well, she and that. They ain't gonna say, but they.
I will go ahead and say I'm guilty of that one.
He make me work hard for that information, Ms. Barbara. I got to ask questions.
Sure.
After I got to peel back the onion, but guess what? I would say as we're gonna get out of here in the military. Y'all know I'm retired military, but I spent 3 years as the inspector general, and so probably like 3.5 years. And so people come in with the complaint, you know, and they make an appointment. They come in, they talk to me, and they, you know, and they're mad about this. Usually, a soldier mad about something the commander did or whatever. And I had this onion peeling chair. I put him in the onion peeling chair, and I just started asking questions. And by the time it's over, they tell me to rip up the complaint. They going out of there. Just forget about it, man. Just forget about it. Oh,
so that's how you got so good at this, huh?
Asking questions. You gotta ask the questions, you know. But I listen. I'm listening to your words, you know. And so I'm, you know, and then I ask the question. You let people talk long enough, they'll tell you what you need to hear, you know. So look, even that's a strategy.
That's why I don't try. I try not to talk much.
Yeah.
I just answer the text.
You don't know how many times I've written a text message and erased it like 10 times. Like, I can't say that. I'm just not gonna say nothing until I figure out what to say.
I be like, JT, you there? I said, JT, did you? JT, I be giving in the eye. Did you get my last text message? You didn't respond.
I don't have no words. I can't find the right words. It's not good.
Send something
for Thanksgiving. You know, I'm doing all these time challenges because all this good food is around, and I'm like, what do you do when you dun 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 dun? And then she texts me back. Well, no, she actually put my voice message. Miss Barbara, you grown. And I was like, yeah, I know I'm grown, but what are you doing? And fortunately, I had taken the book with me on that trip. I was on a trip. I took the book with me, and I was reading the book, You Are a Priority, and I found a chapter that helped me to get through my dilemma.
Yes.
And I said, okay. She had it for me, but it was in the written word, not in the spoken word.
Yeah. That was good. So those that don't know, she was talking about my book, guys. Come on now. The priority has to be you. 10 keys to achieving optimal health. You can find that on Amazon. Yeah. Or you can also find it on my site.
Good read.
Yeah.
Good read.
But yeah, I remember like a lot of people asking, what? I'm like, listen, you know the program that you know what the menu says. I mean, like you grown. Don't you trying to get me to give you license? You know, a license to don't do that. Do what you do. You grown. So that's it, guys. Listen, thank you for being a part. I know this is gonna bless many. For those who are, curious and want more information, you see the link down there. The Sugar Ain't Sweet program is the program that they've done and are doing very well. I think coming up, you said you about 5 weeks left, Miss Barbara, and about
February
7 weeks.
1st is my last day. No, I mean March 1st.
March 1st.
Yeah,
so JT, you're about mid-March then.
Yes.
Yeah, about mid-March. And so this time it's going by fast though. It's going by fast.
Fast.
Yeah. So we got 5 weeks to lose 2 pounds, Miss Barbara. You know, we about to blow that out the water.
I got 15 pounds I want to lose by then.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Then you know what to do. You know the program then. Let's get with it.
What to do.
You know what to do. And JT, we ain't stopping at 40, okay?
No. We're gonna see get to 200 pounds.
Okay. How much more is that?
Another 40.
Let's go. You did 30 in 30 days. Okay. So this can be done. You know, we have another client who's on the health coaching call Sunday. He said he was 62 pounds in 60 days. He's lost 62 pounds in 60 days. He said, so he's been doing 1 for 1. So he said, I think I'm going to go for 90 for 90.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, he's 62 pounds in 60 days. So anything is possible.
I take those calls too, because I picked up a lot of great information off of that. Great coaching, even you're coaching other people. So that was great.
That's good. That's good. We thought that would be very beneficial. People can pick up little nuggets here and there. Plus, you can just see that you're not alone. And people, different perspectives and different things they're dealing with. And, hopefully we can put it all together and you could, walk away with something, that could help you from week to week. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's all we have. Thank you all for being here. This has been great. Get to see JT in the flesh. Yes, I know. If you come to the house, I know who you are now, JT. I know who you are. I talk to this man every day. And but that's the beauty of technology, though. That's an amazing thing. Okay, where are you all located? Where are you, Miss Barbara?
In Mississippi, Pearl, Mississippi.
You too, JT?
Yes, I'm in Jackson.
Look at that, Mississippi, and I'm in Maryland. You see how this thing works?
I know.
I'm in Maryland. They're in Mississippi.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I thought you were local. I thought you were Mississippi when Tanisha was telling me that from the beginning.
Listen, have never seen Tanisha in person a day in my life.
Wow.
Never seen her. That's the beauty of this whole program too. Praise them. Yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for tuning in. Share this with everybody, guys, and let them know that sugar ain't sweet. Okay? That's hey, we're out of here. This is Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator, and guess what? Whether you like it or not, I do not care. Okay? I can, I will, and I must continue to walk alongside you and help you to achieve optimal health. We're out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, before you go, I just want to let you know I am hosting a 7-day fruit and vegetable challenge on the first of the month. Guys, I do it every month. I've done it for the last 2 years. You say, why do I need that? Let me tell you what can happen in 7 days. In just 7 days, you can rid your body of the addiction to sugar, the addiction to salt. You can get rid of inflammation in the body. Guys, you can get mental clarity. You can sleep better. So many great things can happen in just 7 days. So don't delay any longer. Go ahead and click the link below and go ahead and sign up. We're getting started on the 1st, okay? I'll see you on the 1st. Let's go.